So let me make sure I get this straight. So you have a file transfer protocol server, FTP server, with like a ton of movies, all sorts of cool games, and then in exchange for that, you're asking professionals, pseudo professionals maybe, to come in and help you solve problems, which is essentially cracking software.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's really
Or
cool.
one of the other roles that are available in those online underground groups, right, that I was
Yeah, let's not
joining.
get into the illegal stuff necessarily, but yeah, sure, you're cracking software.
What
Okay.
other there was suppliers, crackers, couriers, there was leadership, there was packers.
What would be an example of a courier in this case? Like transferring money physically?
Yeah. Nope, nope. Courier is transferring our crack software into the public ecosphere by basically putting it onto an FTP server that we had a relationship with that would then push our software out to the underground servers and eventually end up on torrents.
I
So
gotcha.
this is like
Okay, so
one step
this
above torrents where it all starts.
okay, and then so let's say you have some cracked software, you're pushing it out through a courier. Maybe they're putting in some Git repository somewhere or some forum or Reddit forum. Now, what is your goal? What is the objective?
So the couriers are actually pushing it to other FTP sites. They have their own groups, their own branding, their own leaderboards. So the best couriers in the world stay up 24 hours a day. Now it's all probably automated, but back then it was all manual. People running server scripts to basically look for new releases on an FTP site. If a new release hits, then they would grab it and be the first to transfer it to the top sites. And then there would be a list of top sites and a newsletter that goes out every month that shows who are the top couriers on the top sites. And it was all just for like props, right? And
That's what
so
I was getting at. Like, what is the goal? It's just for props at the end of the day.
that's all for props. And like there would be these massive courier groups that were known for being fast and delivering new crack software, movies, or whatever the release is to the other FTP sites. So that way it would spread across the world like almost instantaneously. And so in exchange for us putting the crack software on that FTP site first, or the movie or whatever we're putting out, they would give us 10 slots or 10 accounts that we can then give to our crackers or our media suppliers. Does that make
Which
sense?
and the
So
10
they can
10
then get
accounts to
down their
their FTP
download.
server.
Those are those FTP sites I was talking about in the very beginning of the episode.
Gotcha. Which means you now have access to additional movies and games and all sorts of cool software.
Yeah, when you log
Okay.
in, it's like folders of just different types of media types. It's like movies, music, software, uh, you name it. It's just like boom, 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 boom. And then uh, in exchange for our group putting our stuff on, we would have like a certain set of HQs, headquarter FTP sites that we would pre-release our software or our release to that FTP site. So then that FTP site would then get our release before everybody else. And in exchange for us doing that for them, they would give us a certain number of counts on those FTP sites. So
Nice.
yeah,
Okay, and you're doing this as a kid. How old are you at this point?
I'm like middle school, high school.
Nice.
Yeah, it was wild. It's a crazy time of my life. I ended up dropping out of high school because I thought this was way more fun than
Okay.
going to geography class or anything like
Yeah.
that, even though I still love Google Maps.
Yep.
And yeah, I ended up, you know, getting a GED and eventually ended up at a HBCU in San Antonio, Texas,
What
called
is
St.
H
Philip's College. It's a historically black college.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't actually know. And why some of my friends were going there, and I was like, all right, let's go. And then I realized I was like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I'm the only white guy here. But yeah, I ended up transferring to Oklahoma Wesleyan University after a crazy moment of serendipity and prodigal son moment coming home back to my parents after being living in a hacker house for a few years, and
They have those?
ended
Wow.
up going to a Christian university and meeting my wife there, and we've been married 18 years as of yesterday. And
Wow,
yeah, we have two
congratulations.
little ones and a dog. And in between there, we did 10 years in the Bay Area working at companies like Amazon and Reddit and Facebook. And so,
So
yeah, it's been
when did
quite the story.
like did they go in that order, like Amazon, Facebook, Reddit?